Welcome to A Slice with Dice, a place for honest conversations about the realities of education. I'm Corey Alderdice, Executive Director of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I've spent nearly 2 decades navigating the joys, challenges, and unexpected moments that come with leading schools. Each week, I'll share what works, what doesn't, and everything in between when it comes to igniting the full potential of our communities. I'm excited to share this journey with you. So let's get started. We hear it all the time. Selective college admissions are holistic. But what does that really mean? Beyond the buzzwords and the brochures, what are these schools actually looking for when they say they want to understand the whole student? Now, let's start with something we can all agree on. Good grades and strong test scores are table stakes. They're necessary, but they aren't the whole picture, not by a long shot. Once a student has those academic markers in place, what sets them apart often comes down to a blend of qualities that are a little harder to measure, but no less important. I like to think of it as a kind of Venn diagram with 3 big overlapping circles: community impact, healthy risk, and joy. Let's talk first about community impact. This is probably what most people think of when they hear terms like extracurricular activities or service learning. It's the stuff students do outside of the classroom, whether that's leading a club, volunteering in their neighborhood, playing a sport, or getting involved in a school play. But here's the thing. It's not enough to just do these things. What really matters is how students do them and why. Colleges are looking for students who don't just sign up to pad their resumes, but who are genuinely engaged in their communities. And that means showing up consistently, taking on responsibility, and making a meaningful difference. Maybe it's organizing a fundraiser that becomes an annual event, or mentoring younger students and creating a ripple effect of support. The point is that there's purpose behind the participation. It's not about checking boxes, it's about contributing to something larger than yourself, and doing it in a way that feels authentic. Now, healthy risk is where things get interesting. This is the part of the diagram that's about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Yes, it often comes back to academics, taking the hardest classes your school offers, stretching yourself in subjects that challenge you, but it's also much broader than that. It's about being willing to try something new, even if it feels intimidating at first. Think about a student who's always loved math but decides to join the debate team, or someone who's never traveled before but takes part in a summer study abroad program. These are moments that push personal boundaries, and in doing so, they open doors to growth that wouldn't happen otherwise. Colleges value this because it signals resilience and curiosity. It shows that a student isn't afraid of a challenge and understands that real learning happens when things feel a little bit uncomfortable. And then there's joy. And I really can't stress enough how important this is because it's the glue that holds everything else together. Joy is what makes an application feel alive. It's the sense that a student is pursuing their interests and ambitions, not because they have to, but because they want to. It's that unmistakable feeling you get when someone is doing something that lights them up inside. You see it in the essays that are full of personality. You hear it in interviews where students talk about their passions with genuine excitement. And you notice it when a student's activities, achievements, and ambitions all fit together in a way that just makes sense, because it's a reflection of who they really are and not a persona crafted for the sake of admissions. When you look at these 3 pieces, impact, risk, and joy, each tells part of the story, but it's where they overlap that the real magic happens. Imagine a student who starts a new community garden project. They're making an impact by bringing people together and addressing local food insecurity. They're taking a healthy risk by stepping into leadership and navigating all of the challenges that come with starting something from scratch. And you can tell through their words and their energy that this isn't just another thing to put on a college application. It's something they deeply care about. That's the sweet spot where everything comes together. It's also worth noting that not every student is going to hit all three areas equally. Some might be heavier on the impact side, others might be natural risk takers, and some might exude joy in everything that they do. The key is that their application feels cohesive. It tells a story of a student who is growing, stretching, and contributing in ways that are true to themselves. And this really is the heart of holistic admissions. Colleges aren't assembling a class full of identical high achievers. They're looking for people who will add richness and depth to the campus community. And the students who stand out are the ones who've found a way to balance these elements, not perfectly, but intentionally. So if you're thinking about how to build your story for college, ask yourself a few questions. Am I making a difference in ways that matter to me? Am I challenging myself to grow and stretch beyond what's easy or comfortable? And maybe, most importantly, does what I'm doing bring me joy? Because when those answers align, you're not just preparing a strong application, you're building a foundation for the kind of college experience and the kind of life that's truly meaningful. And that, at the end of the day, is what selective colleges are hoping to find. Students who are ready to show up, take part, and keep growing, bringing with them their impact, their courage, and their joy. A Slice with Dice is a production of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I hope today's reflection sparked some thoughts for your own journey. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. Let's keep learning and leading together. Until next time, keep striving for growth and excellence. Thanks for tuning in.